Jai Hind, Saraswati Sisukunj Vagwala Borsad, Standard 5th, Subject EVS, our chapter number 5, Mangoes Round the Year. So in previous videos you have seen that three children are talking during the lunch break about each other's lunch box, right? And three children, Ritu, Aman and Preeti. So they are talking about the lunch box. They said that there is potato sabji which is in Ritu's lunchbox, which was spoiled, and I ask you that how they are able to understand that how that sabji gets spoiled, right? How they understand? So there are three things: smell, taste, and how it looks, right? And by this we can understand that these things are spoiled. We also understand the preservation method, different preservation methods we understood, right? We understand pasteurizations, right? And today we will understand about how we can make Mamidi Tandra. Let's see that topic. So you will surprise that what is this Mamidi Tandra? Let me tell you, its simple name is Aam Papad. Maybe you don't know about this item. If you know, then that is good, and if you don't know, just ask your elders or grandparents that what is this Aam Papad. About this, how we will learn about this? So there is a story of two brothers, that is Chitti Babu and Chinna Babu. They lives in Attaryapuram, Andhra Pradesh, right? And they always like to spend their summer vacation in mango garden, right? They have mango garden, so they spend their summer vacation in mango garden, right? They like to eat different type of mangoes, ripe mangoes and unripe mangoes. They used to eat unripe mangoes with chili and salt, right? On one evening, Chinna Babu said to Amma, means mother, that we have many ripe mangoes. Let's make Aam Papad from that ripe mangoes, right? So father said, it is too difficult to make Aam Papad. It requires hard work of 4 weeks. If you will promise me that you will help us to make this Aam Papad, then we can do this. Then we can make this Aam Papad, right? So brother promised to each other that okay, we will help to you. Next day they went to the market with their father to purchase the things from the market, right? Next day they went in the market with their father, and they require some things. They require some items to make this Aam Papad, so they purchase it. Which things are required to make Aam Papad? First, mat, woven, which is made from palm tree. Second one, poles from Kasuriana tree, right? Third one, strings, which is made up of coconut husk, some jaggery and sugar, right? So these things which is required to make Aam Papad, right? So now let's understand what they did with these all the things, right? Mother fixed that mat in the backyard, right? They fixed that poles of Kasuriana tree. On that they spreaded mat and tied that mat with the help of strings, right? Next day father chooses ripe mangoes which has more pulp, right? Because from the pulp only we can make this Aam Papad, right? So they chooses ripe mangoes, then they take out pulp, right? And they strain that, right? That pulp, because there should be no any kind of fibers inside the pulp. Without fiber pulp they require, so they separated the fibers from mango pulp, right? After that they have pulp inside the pot, right? They added same amount of jaggery and sugar into that pulp, right? Then both the brothers stir it well, right? They mix jaggery and sugar very well inside that pulp. There should be no lumps of the jaggery inside the pulp. After that they spread the layer of pulp on the mat, which is kept in sunlight, right? Then spread it. Then they left it for 1 day to get it dry, right? On the next day, before going on the next day, father said, now you have to follow this process for next 4 weeks. Means every day, for next 4 weeks, they have to spread that pulp of mango on the layers, right? Layer over that, again mango pulp, it will get dry. Again on that layer, the another layer will be of mango pulp, right? Like that, they have to follow this for 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, if it will grow up to 4 centimeter, right? The thickness of the layer becomes 4 centimeter. It appears golden yellowish, right? And then they have to cut into pieces. So they did this whole for 4 weeks, and they cut that pieces into square size, right? And then they enjoyed this aam papad. So these are the things which they have to do to prepare this aam papad. Let's see quickly which are the steps they have to follow to make aam papad.
So let's see steps to make Mamidi Tandra. Steps to make Mamidi Tandra. You will see here steps. First step. So first they went to the market and they bought mat, poles of Kesuriana, strings which is made up of cotton husk, right, and some jaggery and sugar, right. So I told you that they went out with their father and they bring this many things which is required to make aam papad, right. Let's see next step. They made high platform in backyard which receives more sunlight, right. So we know that mat is required because we need to dry that aam pulp, right. So they made high platform using mat and Kesuriana poles in their backyard. Let's see next third point. Next point, then they peeled mangoes and extracted pulp and juice in the vessel, or you can say pot, right. So as we discussed that ripe mangoes are needed, so with that ripe mangoes they take the pulp out, right. They extract it, means they take out the pulp of that mangoes and juice, and they keep it in a pot, or we can say vessel. Let's see next point here. The pulp was strained through fine muslin cloth to remove fibers. As we discussed, there should be no fibers in the pulp, right. So they strain that pulp by that muslin cloth, right. So to remove that fibers, right. Okay, let's see next point. Then they added sugar and crushed jaggery in equal amount into the pulp to add some sweetness into it, right. There should be no any lump inside the pulp of jaggery, right. Let's see next point. Then the mixture was spread on the mat into a thin layer, then it is left to dry in the sunlight, right. It will be dry, it becomes a dry layer on the mat, right. And next point is, then they covered that layer with sari to avoid dust particles. Let's see next point. Another layer is spread on that dried layer by following the previous steps which we already discussed. This process we have to do for the 4 weeks. Let's see next point. As I told you, the process is repeated day after day until the thickness of the layer becomes 4 centimeter, right. So they did the same thing. Let's see next and last point. Then after a few days that layer is taken out and cut into pieces. So this was that whole points that we discussed. If you just observe at your home, we are making many things from mango, right. Some items we make from ripe mango, some items we make from unripe mango. So there are many items like pickle, mango shake, chutney and aam papad also, right. So these are the things which we can make from ripe mangoes and unripe mangoes at home. Now let's see exercise of today's topic. For exercise, see here, answer the following questions. First question, what things are required to make Mamidi Tandra? So let's see answer. A mat, see answer, a mat poles of Kesurina tree, strings made of coconut husk, some jaggery and sugar. These are the things which is required to make aam papad. See second number question, name 3 food items which we can make with mango. So let's see answer. Answer is mango shake, pickle, chutney. Otherwise you can write other items also. Which items are made from mango, you can write as many as you can. Okay, now let's move on third and very important question. Before that, see these answers. So you write down steps. हैं? Let's see third number question. Write down steps. How did brothers make Mamidi Tandra means Am Papad? It's a bit long answer. See answer here. The answer here. Brothers made the Mamidi Tandra by following the steps given below. Here are the steps. Few steps are remain. We'll see afterwards. See first number. They bought a mat, poles of Kesurina tree, strings made of coconut husk, some jaggery and sugar as we have discussed. See next step. They made high platform by using poles and mat in the backyard. They have some sunlight area in the backyard, right? So in that they made some high platform. See next step. Then they peeled the mangoes and extracted the pulp and juice in a pot or vessel. Here it is written, right? Let's see next one. The pulp was strained through a fine muslin cloth to remove fibers. There should be no fiber as we have discussed, right? So they did this. Next step, they added sugar, crushed jaggery in equal amounts in the pulp and mixed thoroughly, right? So there should be no lump, so they have, that is why they have to crush that jaggery. See the next step, the mixture was spread into a thin layer over a mat which was kept in backyard and was left to dry under the sunlight, right? In the sun, right? Let's see here last step, and after that 3 more steps are there. See here, they covered the mat with clean sari in every evening to avoid the dust particles, right? 3 more steps are remain. Before that, just see this much steps carefully. See remaining 3 points. See your first one, another layer of a mixture prepared by same steps as given above and was spread over the previous layer. Means same steps we have to follow, which we already have discussed, right? See next one, the whole process was repeated day after another day until the layer grew for 4 centimeter thick. The thickness of the layer should be become 4 centimeter, and then our process gets stopped. After that, then after a few days, a layer was taken and cut into pieces. Then we have to cut that layer into pieces, and our Mamidi Tandra is ready, right? This is how brothers made Mamidi Tandra. Hope you understand all the topics which is discussed here, right? Try to make Mamidi Tandra if it is possible at your home. Do your worksheet carefully. Thank you.